Hey everybody, Zorfx here, and welcome to another powerful top 10, not top 10, Jesus, top 5 fighting type Pokemon. Now, just like usual, there's not the whole, this is something that is the best out of all time, or this is the best for competitive, or LP, or whatever. This is just opinionated. So if you have any different Pokemon that you like over another, then go and put it in the comment section below. Me, this is just something how I feel, and some of these are kind of probably expected when it comes to fighting types, and then there are some where it's just like, oh, I didn't expect that. But I feel like this list here is probably one of my, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of generic, I want to say, compared to the Pokemon that I normally say in others, but you know what? I guess it'll be like that. But starting off with number 5, a nice and powerful number 5 at that is Blaziken. Excuse me. Blaziken is just by far an amazing Pokemon when it comes to things. I've loved it since Hoenn, and even though Swampert was my favorite of Hoenn out of the 3, I still like Blaziken as a fighting type, and it is definitely put in work before in any game, to be honest. It just got stronger each time, to be honest. It got speed boost. What else? It's got speed boost in, I think, 5th gen? I can't remember. I'm probably wrong on that, so don't crucify me on it. But it's definitely a really nice Pokemon to have in some teams, and it's a pretty hard hitter as well. But it's known as the Blaze Pokemon. It can clear a 30-story building in one leap. One leap. 30 stories in one leap. That is some mad hops right there. I'm sorry. Its fiery punches scorches its foes. Now, that is really something you don't want to mess with. It can jump extremely high, and then if it wants to knock you out, you're burning with it. Like, come on now. Starting off with number 4, though, Infernape. This is another one where it's kind of expected, I guess, when it comes to fighting types and all that. But I don't know. When it comes to the starters, I kind of like them for having that fighting type. And at the same time, I hated that they're also a fire type. But you know what? We'll get past that. This flame Pokemon, it tosses its enemies around with agility. It uses all its limbs to fight on its own unique style. Now, think about that. It uses all its limbs. If I remember correctly, I can't remember which one it was. I think it's Muay Thai or something like that. It's really an interesting fighting style, and knowing that something like Infernape kind of uses that is amazing in my opinion. And it's just really, really nice. I'm probably wrong on the fighting style, so don't try to, what's the word? Don't, not crucify me. Don't hold me up to it, because I could be wrong. I've been wrong before on certain things like that, but I have a feeling I think that's right. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm semi-positive, but not positive. But I've loved this since it came out as well. And it really got my heart when I saw it in the show, I guess. When Ash got Chimchar and all that, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then it actually showed how Blaze ability works in the show. And my God, that's a powerful thing to have in that show. Now, normally you would think Blaze is kind of just meh in the game and everything. But in the show, oh my God. It is just tearing down everything it sees in its path. And I'm just like, God, someone save me. But yeah, this Pokemon is definitely a top 5 for me in fighting types. And probably a top 5 for a while now for me. But let's go on to number 3, which is kind of mainstream for a lot of people. But I love it. Lucario is definitely always going to be something that people will love. I've never really seen hate for it, but you know, there's some people that probably hate it for the sole reason it can just mow down teams. It's mega. I just love it. Now, this is where things are, and people are gonna probably hate me for it, but I really started to like it for the sole reason of X and Y, the show. I couldn't help but cry laughing at how Ash just really said, I'm gonna go up against a Mega Lucario with a Pikachu, and it punted Pikachu. I was sitting there in astonishment, but I couldn't help to laugh because I've never seen Ash do something so stupid before in his life. Like, I'm sitting here like, Pikachu is not living a hit from Lucario, period. I know it's a pretty powerful Pikachu and everything, but this is a Lucario that just Mega Evolved. You're gonna get destroyed either way. Especially if he did something like Bone Rush. No, he was just like, no, I'm punting you. Goodbye. I really hate that I laugh at something like that, but it's just one of those things where you're just like, oh my God, that really just happened. And just look at the description. The Aura Pokemon, it readies itself It ready itself to face its enemies by focusing its mental energies. Its fighting style can be summed up in a single word: heartless. That's another reason why I couldn't help but laugh at it, because when you think about that description and think about how he just destroyed Pikachu, you're just like, oh my god, that is kind of heartless. And you're just like, that's kind of ironic that it goes so well with the description. And you know what? Sometimes you can always be that guy to have a Swords Dance. Let's see. Not Bone Rush. I can't remember what setup I would use. You know what? We'll talk about setups in another series or something. But yeah, Lucario is definitely a top 5 fighting type for me. On to number 2, though, which is probably something people don't expect because I don't talk about it much. But the Hoodlum Pokemon Scrafty is definitely something that I like. And I'll never get over the fact that it's just that powerful. So, let's see here. If I remember correctly, it gets Moxie, which is something that I normally run on it. Now, I want you to think about this. Something as bulky as Scrafty, putting in work, killing things, and it's getting attacked up each time it destroys something. That is amazing, in my opinion. So, with that, it's just one of those things where you can't, I guess, underestimate it. I know fairy types exist now, so the Scrafty is kind of underrated a little bit now, but still. The Hoodlum Pokemon, though, it pulls up its shed skin to protect itself while it kicks. The bigger the crest, the more respected it is. So it's not only a Hoodlum Pokemon, but that thing is just a gang leader, to be honest. Think about that. It's the leader if it has the biggest crest. Like, jeez. But, you know what? We'll get past all of that. On to number 2, though. I mean, not 2. Number 1. By far. I didn't think it was going to just take over a number 1 spot so fast in Sun and Moon. But it did it almost instantly when I saw this thing. Komodo, the scaly Pokemon. This thing is a monster. It doesn't have a lot of speed, but its attack and defense make up for that. And it's something I don't really talk about a lot as well, but it's still definitely something that I say is worth having on a team in some kind of way, if you can fit it on the team at least. Don't just put it on there and then expect it to live something, but it's definitely something nice to have. Its rigid scales function as offense and defense. In the past, its scales were processed and used to make weapons and other commodities. Think about that. It's so powerful that they had to use its scales for weapons and such. That is really amazing in my opinion. But, you know what? Sometimes, once you really think about it, that's kind of similar to the whole Slowpoke tail thing, and I would really hate to see someone just hunt down a Komodo, take its scales, and be like, you know what? I'm gonna make a nice and powerful shield. Either way, let me know what you think of the top 5 for me, and let me know what your top 5 fighting type Pokemon is. And in the next one, we'll probably do Ghost, in my opinion, because I really love a lot of the Ghost type Pokemon, and that might be the first top 10 we'll have. So I say either prepare for a top 10, or if you want, say that you want normal or electric. If you want Ghost, let me know in the comment section below as well. But I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.